it away, fellas.
Thank you, voice girl, and welcome once again to another edition of the Manspace Podcast. Now, this is the voice of Russ, and with me, as always, a man who says he is on strike and he will not dance anymore until the Olympics brings back breakdancing. The one and only Big Day Les. Wait. Oh, the Big Dancing Big Les. Wait.
What's good, bro? You all right?
Yeah, man, I'm hanging in there, bro. I'm hanging in there as best I can. So you see, they took breakdancing out for 2028, right?
Oh yeah, it's gone. It's done. It's over. Oh, girl, smashed that. Australia
There
did.
is some shady stories about what was done for her to qualify.
Really?
Like, a lot of people were not allowed to compete down there in Australia, supposedly. And her husband was basically in charge of the tournament.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that's something I heard recently. I don't know how true it is, but I heard that story recently.
Because she's a classically trained dancer as well, isn't she?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't she own a studio too or something like that, maybe?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
No wonder she was in there doing like this.
It's artistic expression.
I got artistic expression.
Expressing yourself.
Yeah. Imagine these with two middle fingers. That's my artistic expression right there.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God, man. Hey, but listen.
Yeah.
They allowed it. They saw the mistake that was made.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully not 2028, but maybe the next one, 2032 or whatever it is, they'll have real breakdancing. Because it's about the culture, man, the art. Breakdancing was art. Everybody can't do it. And for her to make a mockery of it was an absolute shame.
So I know they've added flag football.
Flag football. Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a good one.
You going to come out of retirement for that one?
Absolutely not.
You were a pretty good flag football player back in the day now.
I was, but yeah, no. All I could do is coach kids now. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I had a very aggressive style. You know,
I can't coach kids.
No,
because my mouth is not delivered.
Neither is mine.
There will be a lot of compound words that will come out of my mouth when it comes to trying to coach.
Hey, most of these kids swear better than we do.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. These kids, man.
Yeah,
some of these videos I've watched, I'm like, whoa.
Exactly. And they start babies.
Yes.
Babies. They got talent.
They coming out of the womb with stickum gloves on. Like,
for real. For real. I watched this one video with this little dude, man. I think he said he could catch anything. He was eating breakfast. When the football came, he was like, pop, sat it down and kept eating breakfast.
Dang.
He was walking to the school bus. And his dad launched the ball over to him. He called his name. He looked up, bang, caught it right before it hit his brother. Threw it back. I was like, okay, these young boys coming out now, young boys and young girls now.
Yeah.
We need to venture into different fields of sport now.
Yeah.
Basketball and football
those days are over.
Those days are over. It's time to do other things now.
Yeah.
You know, whatever happened to baseball though?
What do you mean?
You know, like baseball is largely a Hispanic.
It is
major league.
So the same way that basketball became AAU, baseball has become AAU.
Yes, it has.
The price tag to play baseball is astronomical, and they basically priced out a lot of people.
Mhm.
So with
If
these
you wanna go
travel
the AAU route.
right,
Yes.
if you wanna go the AAU route,
Yeah.
these travel teams are so expensive. Even with basketball, the travel teams are expensive
Mhm.
because our mindset and feeling like, "Oh, we gotta play basketball," we're gonna invest more money. The Black culture is gonna invest more money into our kids playing basketball rather than
Mhm.
our kids playing baseball
Mhm.
because as dads we weren't playing baseball, so
No.
my kid ain't playing baseball. I don't know nothing
Yeah.
about baseball, but I played
But see,
basketball,
I
so I
I
can see you
play
play basketball.
I
you know
play all of it.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Basketball, football, baseball, you know.
And see, my neighborhood on the street I grew up on, all of us were within 1 to 2 years of each other in
Mhm.
age,
Yeah.
so we played sports together.
Mhm.
On my street. All of us
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
whatever season it was. If it was basketball season, we were in somebody's yard playing
Playing
basketball.
basketball.
If it was
Yep.
football,
Yep.
we were in
Playing
somebody's yard
football.
playing football. If it was baseball season, we were in the cul-de-sac playing
Playing
baseball,
baseball. Yep.
knocking windows out and
Yep.
taking out signs.
Yep.
But that's what we did, right? We
Yeah,
played
man.
whatever sport it was. So
Yeah.
that's how I grew up, right?
That's how I grew up
But
too.
as I got older, there wasn't
Mhm.
anybody, you know, we weren't sitting at the lunchroom table talking about what the Braves did last night.
No.
Those conversations
It
changed.
was all about
Right,
Jordan and
right,
Bird and
right.
Magic
So it's
and
like,
all these guys. Yeah.
when you get older, you shift to what the conversations around you are,
Yeah,
right?
I guess you
So it's
do.
like if everybody's not talking about, baseball, then
Mhm.
you're not doing it, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean I mean, you
And
you picked up a golf club before, right?
oh,
I know
yeah.
I have too,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
Mhm.
conversations around us wasn't around about golf, right? I
That's
didn't
the
start
that's
go ahead.
crazy though,
Yeah,
man. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? It's just like in our in our in our lunchroom conversations or water
mhm,
cooler conversations, you're right. Golf doesn't come up with
it
some of
doesn't.
the people you would have
Yeah.
conversations with.
I
Now,
didn't I didn't pick
others,
up a golf club. I
yes.
was like 26 when I picked up a golf club because
Yeah.
I got into management and
Mhm.
everybody
Mhm.
around me in that
Golf.
management circle,
That's right.
they played golf. And
Yep.
so I'm like,
Yep.
well, if I'm going to continue in the conversations, I'm going to learn how to play golf. So that's what I
Absolutely.
started learning how to do.
Same here. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I got into management and
Hmm.
they all every year this one contracting company paid for the whole golf outing
Yeah.
for our company.
Hmm.
So the first year I didn't go because
Right.
I didn't know
Got
nothing
it.
about golf.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies was like, "Man, just come and try the golf cart. Let's drink beer."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Man, what? You crazy?"
Hmm.
Then I got into it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Then went the money.
Hmm.
Then went the clubs, the
Right.
shoes,
Right.
the attire. It was a
Yeah.
whole nother thing.
Yeah.
And then I started going on weekends, taking classes, going to the
Right.
range,
Yep.
so I could be proficient and I get out
Hmm.
there and I can hit the ball and I know what I'm talking about. When I
Yeah.
say this is a par four, I'm gonna get an
Oh
eagle or
gosh.
birdie or
Right.
it's
Right.
crazy.
What's there's the golf store down on Park Lanes where they have the indoor screen. It's
Oh
a whole
yeah.
they got a whole screen and you
Well,
sit there and you hit into the screen. So they can check your swing on the clubs and they
yeah.
make sure they got you the right clubs and stuff.
Dick's has it, Academy has it.
Okay.
There's a real nice one at the PGA golf store. They have one, but I did the exact same thing before I bought some irons.
Yeah.
I was buying the fiberglass ones, right?
Yeah.
My
Right.
man said your swing is too fast for that. He
Yeah.
said you need to go to steel. Went to steel and I started crushing the ball,
Yeah. Yeah.
crushing it. He
Hmm.
was like, that's all you needed.
Yeah.
I got 50, 60 more feet,
Yeah. More yards.
more yards out of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Mhm.
"Oh my god." And I was like, "Well, I need some steel drivers and woods."
Yeah.
You know? But
Mhm.
it was what it was. I could outdrive most people with a 4 iron.
Mhm.
You know?
I got into bowling that way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it was the company sat there
Mhm.
and said, "Hey, we're gonna do a bowling league."
Mhm.
Okay. the folks that were around me, ain't none of us ever talked about bowling. They're like,
Right.
"Oh, this will be fun." And I went in there, and my competitive spirit was
Mhm.
not gonna allow me to sit there and keep bowling 118s. Like, no, this is not this is when I see people bowling like 170s, 180s, 190s, 200s,
Yeah,
225s, and I'm bowling a 118, I'm
yeah,
like, "Hmm."
yeah.
So it went from me doing it just for that one time with the company to where
Mhm.
I went year round.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah,
was I was doing it year round for about 6, 7 years strong.
yeah. You
You
don't
know?
still carry your balls in the truck, do you?
No, no, no. I was
'Cause at
actually
one
looking at
time
them today. Yeah.
at one time, I
Mhm.
remember they
Yeah.
were always in the trunk ready to
Yeah.
go.
Ready to go.
Mhm,
Yep. Yep. And I had a little cooling pack in there to keep
mhm.
them from overheating in the trunk of the car because
Yeah,
they would sit
'cause
there
they'll
and
crack. Yeah.
they'll crack. Yeah. So I would
Mhm.
keep a little cooling pack in there to keep them cool. But yeah, I had like I got ultimate like all these different types of shoes. I got like 3 different bowling bags. I
Yeah,
got balls for these conditions, balls for these conditions. Oh,
yeah,
this one hooks a little more, this one hooks a little less. Oh yeah, man.
yeah.
I was all in, man. I invested a lot into bowling, and it's like
And bowling balls ain't cheap, ladies and gentlemen, if you
they're
don't
not.
know about it.
They're
Bowling
not.
balls are not cheap, but just
No,
like
they're not. The
softball.
good ones are at least
Yeah.
200 a pop,
Oh, yeah, at
at
least.
the very least,
And just
for a
like
good one. Yeah.
softball, when I was playing softball, I had bats for the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had bats for distance. I had bats for, just
Right.
popping over the second baseman's head.
Yeah.
Whatever I wanted to use them for, I had them. Shoot, the highest price bat I ever bought was like 750
Mm,
for a bat,
yeah.
right? That you can get for $69.
Right.
But I had a $700 bat,
Mhm.
and I used to go yard with it though. I will smack it to the moon. But was it really worth $700 and I wasn't getting paid?
Right, right. Like,
But
I
I
and I
understand.
I'm I miss I'm at the point where I miss bowling. I've gone a handful of times since I've moved,
Mhm.
but it was like, I don't have people around me that
Yeah,
are
they
into it,
can yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah. But hey,
And so I'm just like, "Yeah,
and that's the bad part about it. You get into certain hobbies and things you
yeah,
do, you know, you lose all touch of the friends that you had
right,
because now you're in a different lane, a different
yep,
hobby that you're running down.
right,
Like, dude, the one thing I love right now the most
mhm,
is riding my motorcycle.
riding your bike, yep, yep,
I do. And I don't have one friend who rides
mhm,
a motorcycle.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
mhm,
and I'm trying to get my wife to ride with me, but
mhm.
that don't work out good. You know, I
Do
mean,
you want her she ain't listening, she ain't listening.
no, she ain't listening, but I ain't gonna tell you the truth anyway. But go ahead.
I was just gonna find out, like, do you
No, go
really
ahead.
want
Go ahead.
do you really want her to ride with
About 50% of the time, yes.
you?
And here, this is why I say 50% of the time, right?
Yeah,
Because I ride differently alone than I would ride with her on the back,
okay, okay.
right?
Like,
And
when you're alone, you playing that ratchet music.
extreme
Booty
ratchet.
butt, booty butt, booty
Oh, oh. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
butt.
For her, I
Yeah,
had to be more like, is it love or is it real? You know, all
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah,
But I would sometimes just for me to clear my head to get me
mhm,
together, I just have to take a ride.
yeah,
15, 30 minutes, an hour.
yeah,
I just like to do that. And sometimes I just feel like, yo, let's go, let's go ride some to lunch,
yeah,
on our day off or something. Let's hop on a bike. Let's just go ride, go someplace, ride for lunch.
yeah.
I'm home. Instead,
You
now I gotta put something else on it so she'll ride. So
Yeah. It's interesting because you know my buddy Kevin, right?
mhm. Mhm.
So Kevin was a motorcycle rider,
Mhm.
and he rode his bike every day. So he would always, you know, I would always talk to him about a bike. So it got me interested in it.
Right,
But
right.
after I moved, like I don't talk to Kevin as much as I used to.
Mhm.
Like we may hit each other up like once a month now,
Mhm.
but we don't really talk about motorcycle riding anymore, right?
Right.
We talk about
Mhm.
how everything's going.
Mhm.
And so it's like, yeah, that kind of went out of my mind.
Mhm.
But now it's like my my director at my job, he's a
Mm.
motorcycle rider.
Mhm. Mhm.
And he's like, "Hey, you know, you get one, let me know. I'll
Right.
come down and ride with you. Or you can come
Exactly.
up and ride with me, you
You're
know?
right.
We can go ride up into the mountains, you know, it don't matter
See?
to him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
all
yeah.
you know, if it's any you know, my boss is like, he's like any opportunity, he
He
wants to go.
gets and
Yeah,
that's it. That's it. Like, I
yeah,
find myself wanting to do the damnedest things.
yeah.
We go places, I'm like, "Well, you drive and I'll ride my motorcycle."
Mm,
Now we're going to the same
the same
place,
place, right.
but I'd
Just to
rather
get a
ride
stick of butter.
just to just bro, my favorite thing, this is no lie. I heard this quote one time. It says, "You know you got it bad
Mhm.
when your wife says, 'I need to go to the grocery store,' and you volunteer, but you ride your motorcycle." And I've done it
Yeah.
a million times.
So, my wife is getting into the point where she wants an RV.
Mm.
And so I don't
Mm.
I am definitely afraid to
Mhm.
drive one that I have to tow behind me.
Mm.
I just have a fear of doing it,
Mhm.
right? I know me and I just don't want to do that. I
Mhm.
rather have an all-in-one. But I
Yeah.
don't want the big ones where you
Mhm.
really can't go anywhere. But I
Yeah.
can't have like my 6'5" behind can't be in a little small one either. I want to
Yeah.
be comfortable.
Right.
So
Well,
we've
you're
been
gonna need
eyeing.
one. You're gonna need one anyway with a taller roof because of
Yeah,
your height.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
Because like
Mhm.
my brother and sister-in-law, they got one that you tow behind,
Mhm.
and it's
Mhm.
so comfortable. Like
Mhm.
like they'll pull it out sometimes, and they'll have it in the driveway, and we'll just go over there, and we'll just go all hang out, and we'll sit inside of there
Right.
instead of being in the house. All of us
Yeah.
will be in there, and, you know, and just hanging out inside of
Mhm.
it,
Mhm.
and it's so comfortable,
Yeah.
right?
And he must have a pretty large, pretty nice size one then.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice size. It can sleep
Mhm.
6
Oh
comfortably,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
but it's we're at that point now where maybe we might invest in one.
Mhm.
Telling Mrs. Russ the other day, we need to get a little Jeep if we get an RV,
Mhm.
or maybe we should get a little scooter. We get 2 little mopeds and attach
Hey,
them, and
hey,
she
you
goes,
don't even need a moped. Get e-bikes.
"Yeah, yes,
Get
yes,
e-bikes, bro. E-bikes are taking scooters over.
yes." So there's a site
Mhm.
that's it's an auction site.
Mhm.
Now, it works for the Carolinas and I think Pennsylvania. I have not looked at all the areas out there, but I know the Carolinas and Pennsylvania has it.
Mhm.
But it's called mac.bid, mac.bid, right?
Mhm.
And it's an auction site, right? I told my brother-in-law about it. He went crazy and got him an e-bike on there,
Oh,
right? Yeah, won the e-bike. He was so excited. He was ready, you know.
yeah,
He
yeah.
went to go pick it up and he's like, that's all he really wanted. He got like a bunch of stuff, but that's the thing that he wanted.
Mhm.
Didn't have the keys.
Oh no.
Didn't have
Oh
the
no.
keys.
He spent
So
more money on the keys to get that thing
so
going.
that's what he's working on now is trying to get the keys.
Mhm.
But I've gotten obsessed on that site now.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'm eyeing stuff right now because I've been bidding all day on stuff.
What is it? Mac what?
Mac.bid.
Mac.bid. I'm getting ready to
Yes,
put that in my favorites
yes,
real quick.
yes. So I've been all over that site today.
Oh my God. It
And
pops right up.
mhm. You choose your location of where, but the thing is, they don't deliver to you. You
You
got
got to
to
go
pick,
get it. Okay.
right? So they have certain places that you got to pick from. And so you can order from essentially any of them, but some things are not transferable, right?
Gotcha.
Like if you get something from Pennsylvania, you got to pay attention to whether or not you can transfer it or not. Sometimes it's like an
Mm,
extra $5 to ship stuff from one location to another, or they'll say, nope, you got to go up here and get it. So you got to be careful. So it's
yeah.
like usually when you pick your location, right?
Yeah.
And once you set your location, that's the one that's going to show up all the time of what's closest to you to be able to pick up stuff.
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is already set up
Yeah.
to Gastonia.
Hmm. You have Gastonia. You can go to Rock Hill.
Oh no, I got to get off of this site. I have to
Yeah,
oh,
I just got a notification. I got outbid on something, so we're gonna go to break, and
oh, why did you do this to me?
so I can place a bid and try to outbid this joker on this item, and then we'll reset, and we'll be back with more of the Manspace podcast. Big Les,
Yes, sir.
are you familiar with the term the law of attraction?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Tell me what is your concept of it?
You are what you think you are. Your
Absolutely.
your your verbal, the things that you
Absolutely.
say, you
Yes.
become.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was really expecting you to come out with some, you know, if I can be dapper, then the next dude, you know, or
That's
one
what
of your
that's
lines
what these
where you,
YOLOs want. Yeah.
I can
No, I can't do
rub
it.
two
Can't do that no
fives and
more.
make a dime out of them.
You know,
But
that
that's
can kind of be the law of attraction. You know what I'm
you
saying?
know,
Oh,
but
you
the,
hilarious.
the law of attraction suggests that positive or negative thoughts can
Yes.
bring either positive or negative into a person's life. Like
Right.
it's an idea that attracts like, right? So like
Mhm.
attracts like. So
Exactly.
if if your thoughts and emotions can influence your outcome in your lives, right?
Mhm.
And we kind of talked about stuff in the past where, the power of your tongue and being
Oh,
positive. We've even talked about vision boards, right? Because a lot of this
right.
stuff and manifestation, a lot of this stuff is what that is, right?
Right.
It's visualization and manifestation,
Right.
and so a lot of, I guess last week when we did the closing and we're talking about vision, it really kind of stuck with me because
Mhm.
that's what this really started to drive home to me was the law of attraction, because your
Mhm.
vision and what you see, your vision is not about your present state,
Right.
right?
Right.
Your
Right.
vision, what you see is ahead of you,
It's the
not you're not.
future. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Mhm.
not looking behind you, you're looking at what's
Ahead.
ahead of you, what's coming, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So when we talk about the law of attraction, what
Mhm.
do you want coming to you?
That's right. That's why vision boards are popular because
Yes,
they're a form of, manifestation.
yes,
You know what I mean? And the law of attraction, they're a form of that. That's why people make vision boards or get up in the morning and speak their affirmations,
yeah,
and things like that. Because You are what you think you are.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's just real talk.
Yeah.
So I used to have this thing I won't say here on the show, but I would say this all the time to people trying to impress other dudes about things that shouldn't be impressionable, I should say. I shouldn't have been
Okay.
trying to do that.
Yeah.
And I was that dude. When
Mm-hmm.
it came down to it, feedback provided me what I was provided was is, oh, you this the type of guy you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, whoa, well, not really. Well,
Right.
yes, really. Because this is what I projected on myself.
Right. Right.
And then as I projected it on myself, it played out. And other
Mm-hmm.
people saw the exact thing that I was trying to portray myself to be.
Yeah.
And even though it was kind of true, but I didn't want it to be true,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it ended up being that way. So I had to change my ways and rethink and reproject
Yeah.
things. You know what I mean?
That's key because that's like a limiting belief, right?
Hmm.
At the time, because of the environment that you had around you,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
let that belief let you believe that that's what you had to be,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Because I had to be one of the boys, one of the big
Right.
fellas. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And and I believed that I was. I walked like it, talked like
Mhm.
it, said it all the time.
Right.
Everybody perceived me in that way,
Yeah.
you know, but it was all about the manifestation. It was all about the thought process
Hmm.
because, like I'll say it again, as you thinketh, you are.
Yeah. 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 You know, me and Saphir,
Hmm.
we him a couple weeks ago sat down and had dinner and just catching up, and we're talking about a lot of people that we grew up with.
Hmm. Hmm.
And he brought up one of our mutual friends, right?
Hmm.
And he's like, he's a pastor now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Bro, never would have ever seen that. Not
Really?
in 10 million years.
Oh, wow.
I turned my fork over and was about to get up and walk out because I'm like, I know I'm in the wrong spot.
Was
You
that
know,
too bad? Is it that
yeah,
bad?
yeah, man.
Oh,
Because
wow.
of the environment that he had around him,
Mhm.
but he got out of that environment,
That's right. That's right.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of times we allow what's around us to limit our potential. Like
Yeah.
I left, Saphir
Mhm.
left, Saphir
Mhm.
came back home, but he
Mhm.
was a different person when he came back home,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Which makes the big difference.
Yes.
Sometimes I tell people this all the time, man.
Mhm.
Sometimes you have to leave where you are to see where you're going.
Absolutely.
You can come back, but you
Mhm.
need to leave from where you are to see where you're going. And all I mean by that is that you're being held into in a certain predicament or situation because
Mhm.
this is where you are. You leave and look back to that. You're like, wait a minute, that
Yeah.
wouldn't even I shouldn't even been doing that. But see,
Absolutely.
you had to get away from it in order to see it.
Yep.
I've done that multiple times in my life.
Yep. But
Yeah.
having those limiting beliefs can really block
Mhm.
the manifestation process.
Yeah.
So you have to shift your mindset into growth oriented mindset,
Mhm.
you know. And what that means is that you're shifting into a space of seeing the vision
Yes.
and processing how
Yeah.
to what's my next step, what am I going to
Mhm.
do differently, what am I
Yeah.
going to do to get ahead, not what am I going to do just to be around in the same spot I am tomorrow.
Exactly.
What am I going to do to get
Exactly.
ahead?
Because all you gotta do is wake up. All you gotta do is wake up and you'll be in the same spot as you was tomorrow. But you gotta
Absolutely.
really think about what you need to do going forward and
Yeah.
start making some changes and moving. Think
Yeah.
of different things. Think a different way. It's not even
Yeah.
think different things. It's think a different way.
So, we've talked about the vision boards, but something else that I just recently got introduced to
Mhm.
is a gratitude journal.
Mm.
And in there, you're reinforcing your intentions, but you're
Mhm.
writing your thanks out
Mhm.
and everything that you're thankful for to get you to the point that you're at.
Mhm.
But then you're also writing ahead of the things that you want and giving thanks for those things that you want to happen in your life
Before they happen.
before they happen. So
Mm.
that way, you're already saying, yes, this is mine. I got it. And
Mhm.
this is mine.
Right.
You know,
Hey,
I may not have it yet, but it's mine. I'm going to get it. I believe,
exactly.
so you're already saying thanks for those things.
Mhm. I mean, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think that's awesome.
And
Mhm.
you can even go as far as doing goal setting, right?
Mhm.
Because, like, yeah, even when this show started, right? When we started
Yeah.
this show, actually July 3rd, 2020 is when this show started. When the show first episode released.
Wow.
We had a vision of what we wanted to do, right?
True. True.
But to be from where we are now compared to where were when we started, it took vision, it took setting goals, it
Mhm.
took, hard work, but it took a lot of determination and checking the boxes as we went along. We couldn't just go from dropping our first show to
Mhm.
having, thousands of listeners overnight. It
Right.
wasn't gonna happen, because you skipped a bunch of things along the way, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we
Exactly.
wanted that, but
Mhm.
you couldn't get that without paying your dues and
Right.
and being thankful and being positive that, hey, you know what? It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, congratulate everybody else that's getting theirs. We gonna get ours
Mhm.
too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. And we're gonna have fun while we get ours.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, so what do you think that do you feel like there's any sort of negative side
Oh, yeah.
with as far as people believing in the law of attraction?
Oh, well, no, not as far as people. What what's the worst thing that can happen? That,
Mhm.
oh, I get what I manifest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the worst thing that can happen, you know.
See,
But
well,
it also
I think
depends on what you manifesting for too.
I think the critics want to say, "Oh, they're just lucky."
Mm. Mhm.
Do you believe like there is luck in all of it?
Mm, I'm not gonna say luck. Right place at the right time?
Yeah.
Not necessarily luck,
Hmm.
right? You know, depends on your belief and your system, right? There's multiple different ways to get there.
Yeah. I think that so a lot of people think that it oversimplifies the
The
situation, right?
process.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't factor in that some people have privilege, right? Or
That's true.
chance, like you mentioned, right place, right time, just
Mhm.
happenstance,
Mhm.
or external influences that happen, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
okay, if you're in, for example, right? You're in, I don't know you.
Mhm.
You're in the grocery store
Right.
and I walk up behind, Mrs. Lester, and today I'm just having one of those days.
Mhm.
And I say, man, I'm gonna pay for your groceries today.
Mhm.
you know, it was nothing that you did
Mhm.
that everybody else saw that brought that onto you.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's something that, but they're overlooking the fact that maybe I saw something as a need for why I did it for you,
Right. Right.
right?
Mhm.
I mean, I know you've talked about, giving shoes to people before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
my wife has actually bought clothes for people in the store before.
Mhm.
We've
Mhm.
been in restaurants and
And
paid for
paying for
people's
meals.
meals.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've done it several times where I've seen, older gentlemen sitting there, or I've seen another woman sitting off by themselves, and I offer to pay for them their meals,
Mhm.
n- not trying to get anything out of it. We've done the
Yeah.
whole thing of, pay it forward,
Pay it forward. Yeah.
yeah,
I've bought the people behind me,
yeah,
lunch before, in
yeah,
the drive-through, you
hmm
know. But all those gestures, I believe in karma,
yeah,
one. And you know, if it's not even the karma for me, but the karma for somebody in my family, it's much appreciated,
yeah,
you know, and because you never know. I have children, we have children, with grandchildren, we have sisters and brothers and aunts and
hmm
cousins, extended family members. I hope some of the good things that I do in my life will grace someone who needs it more than me.
hmm
Because I'm not necessarily doing it for me. I'm doing it for the person I'm doing it for as a kindness.
hmm
But I hope the karma hits whoever it needs to hit when it needs to hit them. That help, somebody can help or do something. You know, that's the kind of the reason I do it. You know, it's because, I'm very blessed, you know?
I think the bigger scale of the law of attraction is that it pushes you to be responsible for your thoughts,
Yes.
right? Your actions.
Yes.
So if you're thinking positively about everything, no matter
Mhm.
what happens,
Mhm.
and there's terrible things that happen every single day, every single
Absolutely.
minute, every single second on this planet.
Mhm. Yep.
Unfortunately, that's the world that we live in.
It is.
Terrible things happen.
Yep.
But a person who thinks positively
Mhm.
looks at the brighter side of it, right?
Yes. Yep.
Instead of just like being, oh, woe is me, and being negative and thinking, oh, this is crap, they think,
Yeah.
why this happened,
Mhm.
and they think of what comes out of it.
Exactly.
And
Every
sometimes you may think like there's nothing good that will ever come out of some certain
Mhm.
situations, right?
Yep.
But you know, if you're really thinking about it and you really dissect the situation, yeah, yeah,
Everything has a silver lining.
it
That's
does.
how I look at it,
Mhm.
right? Everything has a lesson.
Yeah.
Everything has a lesson. And I live by the motto, if you don't learn your lesson, you're doomed to repeat it.
Mhm.
And I think I've said this before. Everything has a lesson. If you don't get the lesson out of it, you're going to go through it again. You're going to go
Mhm.
through it again. You're going to go through it again because you're not grasping what you need to learn.
Right.
That goes from relationships to finances.
Mhm.
If you keep doing the same things, you'll continue to have the same results.
This message really hit home for me
Hmm.
because I, you know, I am a network engineer by trade.
Yes.
I'm I'm used to thinking analytically,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
And yeah, I know that there's some gray in every situation. There's black, there's white, and there's a little gray in the middle sometimes, right?
Right.
I understand that. But and so my job is to analyze all parts of that, right?
Right. Hmm.
And being an engineer, your job a lot of times is to troubleshoot that,
Hmm.
figure out
Yes,
why
sir.
it happened, and try to make sure that that doesn't happen again,
Right.
right? Because I know when stuff breaks, it makes my job harder,
Yes, it does.
you know? So it really, that stuff starts to weigh on you, and you start looking at the negative in every situation.
Yeah.
And instead of understanding, like, if if this didn't fail,
Hmm.
then we would have never got to this. If we'd
Yeah.
have never had
You never would have
my
seen
space,
that other
right,
part. Yeah.
right, right. If we'd have never had the failure of MySpace,
Hmm.
we wouldn't have got Facebook,
That's true.
wouldn't have got
That's
Instagram.
true.
There
That's
wouldn't
true.
be, Snapchat, TikTok,
Yeah.
all these things, all the progression that gets
Mhm.
built along, all come from something. So
That's
you have to keep progressing, right?
that's crazy that you think of it like that
Mhm.
because MySpace failed. All these other things were born.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Mhm.
But that also goes to the whole thing of never stop failing, you know? Because one day you will succeed. So
Yeah.
never stop failing, you know? I
I
get it.
won't say never stop failing, never
Hmm.
stop trying.
Same thing. If you fail, you try again.
Mhm.
You're gonna keep doing it till you succeed.
Mhm.
I know what you're saying, but
Yeah.
yeah, to
I
me,
wanna be
it's the
positive,
same
man.
thing.
I
Stay
don't wanna tell
positive,
you
brother.
I don't wanna tell you to fail. I'm telling y'all to be positive and succeed, man, Space Nation. Keep trying.
It's just a difference in words.
That's right. Shit. Hey, that's
I
right.
That's it.
Because
And and
hey,
and
I'm looking at my cup of tea and it's like 3/4 of the way gone, and I'm like, man, my
yeah,
cup's almost empty.
yeah, yeah.
But I do got some left to quench my thirst with right now.
That's
So
true. That's
I'm
true.
gonna take us to break and sit here
Yeah.
and sip my tea and quench my thirst right now. As we do each week, we like to close the show with just a little bit of inspiration. Have you ever truly considered just how powerful your mind is? No, you may not have the telepathic abilities of Professor Xavier from the X-Men, but you do possess something equally remarkable: the power of thought. You see, your mind is your most powerful tool, capable of transforming your thoughts into your reality. Every thought you entertain has the potential to shape your future, influence your emotions, and guide your actions. It's not just about wishful thinking. It's about realizing that what you focus on is what you can bring to life. As you move forward, remember that you hold the reins to your destiny. By consciously taking control of your thoughts, you can harness their energy to create profound change in your life. Whether you're striving to achieve a goal, overcome a slight challenge, or simply infuse more positivity into your daily life, it all begins with the thoughts that you choose to cultivate. So stay mindful of the power within you. Stay positive, even in the face of adversity, and keep believing in your ability to shape your reality. Until next time, Man Space Nation, keep your thoughts aligned with your highest intentions and watch as your life transforms in ways ever imagined. Wow.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a very good song.
Yeah.
You know,
because we can sit here. I mean, we all wish that we're gonna hit the lottery.
absolutely.
That Powerball and Mega Millions numbers just be hitting
Woo!
some heights. Like we all can wish. That's wishful thinking.
Yeah.
But sitting there and thinking of, I'm gonna be a millionaire because I'm gonna be a fashionista, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a millionaire or billionaire because I got the next game design, or
Right.
I'm gonna be a millionaire or billionaire because I got this cosmetic line or this skincare line or
Mhm.
something that's gonna revolutionize.
Yeah.
I may have like the best fried chicken recipe ever.
And I'm about to open up a restaurant. Yeah.
Oh, but it's like those are the things that you focus on.
Mhm.
Wishful thinking is one thing. I can wish that I'm gonna hit the lottery.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm not focusing on hitting the lottery.
Right.
I can wish that I'm gonna pull a slot machine and $20,000 gonna pull out of it.
Woo, baby. That's a
But
nice
I'm
pickup.
not focusing on that.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
My focus is on my next idea, my
Mhm.
next invention.
Yeah. Boy,
How
I
am I
tell you,
going to get ahead in life, bro?
I tell you, man. I tell you, all you had to do is throw a couple gods and Jesus in there.
Man, this dude
Man,
just messed up this whole show, boy. I was on the whole positive track, and now you just want to take me back to this joke.
bruh, Pastor Russ.
On that note,
You better not cut it out. We out of here.
thank you for listening to this episode of The Man Space.
Whichever platform you listen to us on, make sure you subscribe and don't miss a show.
Remember to keep up with all the Man Space updates on our website, themanspacepodcast.com.
And you can follow us on Instagram at manspacenat1.
Until next time, Man Space Nation, he's Les, I am Russ, and we are out
Out of here.